Hi, welcome to this video, and in this video I'm actually going to use the FoodSense Generation 4 to measure the Scoville heat units of this Assam from Clark and Hopkins. So I was lucky enough to meet Brandon Clark the other day in London. He gave me a personal sample, which is because I noticed actually that this is one of the sources that's on Hot Ones. That's that YouTube channel where they interview real A-list celebrities and they eat progressively hotter wings, and they start crying, etc., because of this, really because of the Scoville heat unit. So what we're going to do today is we're going to make a formal measurement of the Scoville heat unit of this Assam. What I'll do now is I'll pour it out and I'll do a quick test for you. So let me just change to here, just to show you that it is coming from this particular bottle. This, by the way, this is a fresh bottle in terms of, at least I freshly opened it. It really smells good. I'm going to have to find out. I must admit, I'm a fan of food, but I'm not really much of a chef. So I wonder if it's something like a coriander or something like that that gives it this really nice Indian curry smell. That said, let me get on with what we're really here to do. First thing I'm going to do is weigh out 100 milligrams of this. So let me do that now. 24, 67, whoops a daisy, 115, 101, 100, yeah, that will do me. So what I'm going to now do is I'm just going to do a 1 in 10 dilution on this. So what I mean by 1 in 10 dilution is I'm just going to get some buffer, some chili buffer. It comes with a kit, by the way. And I will just do a quick 1 in 10 dilution. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I've done 1 volume plus 9 volumes of buffer, which accounts for a 1 in 10 dilution. And I want to get this into this tube. So I'll be I did a good job there actually. It really didn't leave anything behind, just a little bit of liquid, but it's all in there. All right, so what I'll do now is I'll click this, I'll just show you what the sample looks like. There we go. Now, because I'm going to do an extraction, I'm also going to just do a quick vortex. So a vortex like this, by the way, costs probably barely $100 off something like Amazon. I might just count to 20 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, so that's vortexed. I will get a chili sensor and I will snap off a sensor off the strip, put it onto here, which I have done. I will take 50 microliters of the prepared sample. I'll move this out of my way so I'm not too crowded, and we'll have an initial look at this sample and see what we get. Right, so 50 microliters. There we go. And I will, I've given it a name. The name is Assam 10, because that reminds me it's 1 in 10 dilution. I've called it number 1 in case I do a second test on it. And it's a 1 in 10 dilution, so I just choose the 1 in 10. Start. And off it goes. So I get the signal in real time. So I can see it kind of essentially appearing, but you don't need to necessarily interpret the signal. Because it will actually interpret it for you. But it's nice that we'll get the result, and we get the raw signal, and we get the time, and we get the date. So you can really use it as a kind of quality control system. It's come out at 3,650 Scoville heat units, which is interesting because what I'm going to now do, I've spoken to Brandon about this, and we were talking about, the hotness of this. So I just want to kind of give you a quick sense of this. So I've never eaten this in my entire life. I've taken I might change the camera so you can actually see me do this more clearly. All right, so I'll take a fairly big chunk. Tasty, tangy, is tasty. And I'll also just I'm just going to reach up here. I just want to kind of give you a kind of quick organoleptic sense of this, because I think it's basically on the scale of this, which is, you know, this is blended for taste, by the way, because I spoke to Brandon about it, so he's blended it for taste. What I'll do is I'll just put a little vial in, a little sample in there of this. And I'm not some sort of hothead, by the way. I'm just kind of using it to show you an organoleptic kind of sense of actually relative hotness on these two things. So, you know, they're both palatable. You know, I can eat them at a fairly similar volume, and there's really no particular problems. I'm not a hothead when it comes to chilies. But what I want to do is I want to show you that result. So let me just show you that result, which is here. So 3,650 Scoville heat units. What I'm going to do is I'll put a bit of, I'm going to do a second part to this video now, whereas I will take this. So I've got some Tabasco out of here, and I will prepare a sample of that in front of you as well. So I will grab 100 microliters of the Tabasco. I will put it into there. I will grab 900 microliters of this. So one, this is the buffer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Now what I'll do, I'm going to take this, I'll vortex it, I'll count to 20 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Right, so I vortexed it. I'll put that down. I will now take that sensor off. I'll get a fresh sensor. I'll put away this. I'll put on the fresh sensor. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a name. So this is not Assam, because that was Brandon's one. This is Tabasco. And I will come back off there. Now what I'm going to do is grab 50 microliters of the Tabasco sample, and I will run that in front of you as well, so you can see the Scoville heat unit on that as well. And there'll be another, whoops-a-daisy, I want 50 microliters, not 100 microliters. And there'll also be a last part to this where I actually look at the raw data on this as well. So I'm not expecting everyone to interpret the raw data, but I will show you that we actually do have the raw data. So it's not just numbers and claims, etc. We do have the raw signals behind these things as well. So I'll take that, put that on like that, hit continue. Again, 1 in 10, because that's what you saw me do. I'll hit the start measurement. The quickest, it's preparing the sample that takes the longest. The actual run itself is super quick. So here it goes, and then it'll process it, and that's come back at 6,240 Scoville heat units, which is approximately what they ship the Tabasco at. So what I want to show you, or what they try to ship the Tabasco at, it's quite a fresh bottle of Tabasco as well, by the way, I want to say. So now what I'll do is I will dive in and show you what the raw signal looks like. So I'll go to here. We have a system called Julie. So every time I was running this assay, it says, it gives a result, but it also says upload complete. So if I just do a quick refresh in front of you now, I will get Assam. So I can see that, and we'll get the time, the date, and the raw signal and the result as well. So we can jump into here and we can see it's beautiful, in fact, you know. So I've got this is not that webinar, but in fact this is what we call peak 1, peak 2 and peak 3. So these are the capsaicin peaks. You can see that it's really found that peak really nicely, and what it then does is it reports the Scoville heat unit 3648 here. And then I can also have a quick look at that Tabasco, because I thought, oh, that's very similar to Tabasco, in fact. So I just jumped in and just did a quick Tabasco measurement as well. Everything's been done live in front of you. I'll just jump in and give it a comparison to Tabasco. See the way this looks very similar to earlier on. And also a similar, it's a bit higher, but you can again see peak 1, peak 2 and peak 3, and you can see it's a little bit higher, and we got the result as well. But I also just did a quick organoleptic test as well, because I thought, okay, that's a bit similar to Tabasco. So you saw that I was able to take both of those, really no problems, approximately on the grammish kind of scale as well. So thank you for Brandon for giving me the sample, for having the chat in London. It was delighted to meet you. And if you do have any questions, that is anyone who's watching this video, about FoodSense Generation 4 and our ability to do rapid determination of things like Scoville heat units by measuring the capsaicin in chili sauces, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Okay, thanks very much.